What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today is part 2 to our episode on Lucky's Ranchos, so make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. As always, check all the links in the description. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. You've checked out the website for helpful keeping tips and tricks on fancy goldfish. And you've also checked out our sponsors, Jimmy Goldfish USA and Star Fisheries. So today we have Lucky's Ranchos on the channel, run by Adam. He has put together some amazing videos for us to see. If you haven't checked out part 1, make sure to check it out. I'll put a little link in the top of the video description, or the video, sorry, and you can have a little look at that. And also down below, I'm going to put his YouTube channel if you want to check out a few of his videos as well. So in this episode, we're going to be focusing on the fish that he's produced this year, his fry, or well, fingerlings now, because they are growing at an astonishing rate. And if you saw that first video, you hopefully will be excited to see what's to come in this one. We've got some absolutely great fish to show you, and I'm going to stop babbling on. I'm going to get the videos on the screen now, and let me know what you think down below in that comment section. Here we can see Adam's amazing breeding setup. Now this is all encased in a large sort of greenhouse polycarbonate shed, so to say. We can see he's got that really shallow tank for his what looks to be calico rancho, and in the pond below it look to be his black Thai rancho. So these are the fish that he's actually going to be breeding. You can see the temperature there is 18 degrees. By the time this video comes out, he may already have a spawn or 2 from these fish. You can see the quality is absolutely great, and you may be thinking, why has he got multiple fish in that one tank? Wouldn't you just have one male and one female? But it is best to mix up the genetics. Potentially in spawning, sometimes there are complications. One female may not be fertile, or there may be a complication with the egg or the milt produced by the fish. And then on the left hand side, we have his main pond, which has got the rest of his fish apart from the indoor ones, and his youngsters from the spawns at the beginning of this year. Now the spawn from the beginning of this year, you can see those fish are already 2, potentially even 3 inches long, and he's absolutely amazing at growing fish. Now Adam isn't that long into the hobby, but he has absolutely cracked it already, and he is growing some absolutely great fish. Look at this stunning rancho here. The body is absolutely great, and it's got that Sakura style scaling, which otherwise known in Japanese is ginrin, which refers to those sort of sparkly and shimmering scales on the side of the fish. You can see there is a mix of different fish, but the majority are red and whites, which I believe he has bred this year, and that was his main focus. Hopefully next year he may focus a little bit more on the calicos and the blacks, or a few different types of fancy goldfish, or maybe some different styles as well. But we can really see his babies are coming along absolutely great, and some of you may say you shouldn't take the fish out of the water, and you really need to be careful when you're handling them, but you can see that Adam is holding them very close to the water. Their gills are still wet, so they are easily able to extract that oxygen from the air, and he's not damaging the fish at all. These fish are very, very friendly, and as soon as those fish go back in the water, I guarantee you they will start feeding. So if they were stressed, they definitely wouldn't be feeding straight away, and they are absolutely used to this kind of care and attention. So we can really see the bodies on these fish. Even though they are so small, they have that great rounded stomach, and although they aren't as fat or as large as the parent fish or the oyagoi, known as in Japanese, they are still producing that sort of growth on the sides, and they don't really get that full body up until approximately 12 months, and in the slower growing breeders up to sort of 24 and 36 months. But you can see this fish here. I believe this is one of his fish that he spawned from the beginning of the year. Absolutely beautiful. I can't fault the fish. The quality is absolutely amazing, and his growing skills are absolutely great. At the end of the video, we're going to have a little close-up of a few of the babies he's produced later on this year, and a little quality sort of assessment and control over them. But back up to his calicos, which are my favourite. As you know, Ranchu are my favourite fancy goldfish, and I am an absolute sucker for calicos. The blacks below are absolutely lovely, and I've personally seen some very close-up shots and videos of them, but I'm really liking those calico fish. You'll also notice there's many hoses around the greenhouse, and these are, as I mentioned in the first video, plumbed into his pre-filter, which removes chloramines, chlorines, heavy metals, etc., and also his nitrate filter. You can really see the whole of the greenhouse here. That polycarbonate is really good at trapping in the heat and keeping these fish nice and warm. Here's a little top down of those calicos. You may notice that bunch plant in there, which is actually a lodia, and this is a really good way of collecting the eggs. The fish will spawn into this, the eggs will stick onto it, and then you can transfer it into whatever tub or tank you want to before those eggs hatch, and you can really focus on growing the fry up. So we can see here we've got a little mix of male and female, and I cannot wait to see what he can produce with these fish. So finally, we are now having a little close-up of this year's fry or fingerlings that he's produced. You can see already the body shapes are lovely on these fish, and although they've got that sort of bronzy metallic color, they will slowly transition and molt into the orange or red and white fish. We can see a really important factor is wen growth in young fish. If you grow them at extremely slow rates, they can often lose that wen growth, and some of the lower quality examples of fish you may see in the pet stores or the fancy goldfish stores don't have too much wen growth, and generally it's quite difficult to bring that out in older fish if they haven't got it originally. Sort of stunting the fish and growing them slowly can inhibit that future potential of wen growth. So when selecting young fish, make sure you're looking for fish like this, which have that nice body shape, real good curvature that will only increase with age, and it has a fairly good amount of wen growth. If you see any bumps, kinks or bends in the fish at a young age, this will only exacerbate as the fish gets older. So make sure you're looking at a fish that has a really good curve and body shape like these ones do. These are going to be absolutely great to see what they turn into in the next 12 months, and hopefully Adam will provide us with an update on them so we can show what they've turned into on the channel. So now you can see these fish are exactly the same size, but these guys have already molted and already turned that golden color. Now personally, I think that the fish are sort of that black bronzy color to protect them from predators, and it is a wild genetic mutation that causes that, and I believe that this is sort of a protection, a mother nature gene to protect them from predators in the wild. But fish, and these goldfish in particular, change at different rates. Some turn gold very quickly, and some can take potentially up to 2 months and even longer to change from that black or bronze state into the lovely gold or red and white state that we can see here. But an absolutely beautiful selection of fish, and I cannot wait to see how these grow up in the future. Great work, Adam. And if you guys want to see more of his fish, you can check out Lucky's Ranchu. So I hope you enjoyed that video from Adam and Lucky's Ranchu. As I said, links are down below if you want to check them out. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see more of this kind of content, or you want to see some more tanks or ponds featured on the channel, then let me know in that comment section, because that comment section really is for you guys to let me know your feedback and how I can make these videos better for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to have your tank or pond featured on the channel, you can email me at fancygoldfishfanatics@gmail.com and we can make the magic happen. So thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.